Well, good day to all of our awesome following. Go on and enjoy your mental vacation break. Now, let's go on the yacht today. All right, let's go on the yacht today. Listen, this is going to be quick. We've got a webinar on Tuesday night, and of course, Tuesday nights have been our presentation nights for THWGlobal. Thursday nights, we've been doing training so that you can really start to learn how to build a business. Your THWGlobal business and any other business that you might have out there. I wanted to discuss a change that I'd like to make, but because we've built out this webinar series and so many of you that are coming to the webinars, you were invited by other folks. And so I never want to make any major change to our webinar series without discussing that with you. And actually, when you come onto the webinar tonight, we'll do a poll to see if you guys want to follow suit with what I'm going to share with you in this very brief training. Before we do that, let's congratulate some of our stars. I'm going to tell you that some of the names I don't know how to pronounce. All right, so I don't know if this is Gillis or Giles. Gillis or Giles has been communicating with me. 72 directs. I definitely want to put a spotlight on Gillis or Giles. Forgive me again. Not sure how to pronounce your name exactly. Gentera, let's say Turnbow, okay, 142 directs. Again, someone has been communicating with me. I don't know if they're even in our organization. I know that they have found value in our YouTube videos, and they've communicated with me. So congratulations on your 142 directs. I know Ahmad is a part of our team. I believe personally sponsored by Patricia, if I remember correctly. And Patricia, I believe, is sponsored by Tyron. And Tyron is, Tyron's got like 400 directs, and Patricia is well over 100 directs. And here's Ahmad following great leadership with 81 directs. And Jerry Moore, I believe, is also referred by Patricia. If not referred by Patricia, I know is in Patricia's organization. I keep saying Patricia because I can't pronounce Patricia's last name without messing it up either. So Jerry Moore is probably the only one on this page that I can pronounce her name and feel certain that I got it right. Okay. All right. So, and as always, if you have more or less referrals than the folks that you see here, if you haven't referred a soul, but you are committing to viewing content once we can view, we value each and every one of you. We're never going to make anybody feel like a second-class citizen. Okay, now, with that being said, we have over 3,100 people that are registered for our Tuesday night webinar, which is obviously our presentation night. And not all 3,100 are going to make it, I know, but we'll have hundreds of folks on the webinar, and we'll have scores of people on the webinar from, varied time zones, varied countries. Last week, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, China, parts of Africa, other parts of Asia, probably Central South America, Caribbean, so on and so forth. So folks all around. And the thing that I always want to make sure we do with any video that we post, with any webinar that we have, is I always want to make sure that I'm bringing value to our audience. Now, we are just over 40 some odd days from the soft launch coming to an end, and we're assuming that at the end of the soft launch, we'll have one or more countries coming online with viewing. That's our assumption. And some folks on YouTube have questioned whether or not I'm some type of insider. I am not. I'm you. Okay. I'm a rep or an affiliate or international viewer just like you. I just have a large team, and I always like to bring value to our team, and actually like to build with a larger team in mind, even folks that are not on our team. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. But I'm going to have a poll tonight, and I'm going to want all of you to vote. You tell me what you want to do, okay? So we've built out our webinar series that Tuesday night is our presentation night. I believe we've got a really good recorded webinar that any of you can use, no matter what team you're on, that could substitute for our live Tuesday night webinar, especially since we're about 30 days away. About 40 days away from launch. So let me tell you, all right, so let me tell you what I'm thinking, and let me tell you how I've arrived at this. All right, so we've got a very good, solid 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365-day a year presentation that can be used right now, okay? And, of course, we've got a couple of upcoming systems that will also have their own variation of a presentation, but they'll be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So since hundreds of people are going to be on our webinar tonight, here's what I'm thinking. I'd like for Tuesday night to ultimately be, whether we start it tonight or maybe we start it next week or what have you, to ultimately be a training night also. And that training night is either specific to THWGlobal. We might do frequently asked questions. We might cover compensation, so on and so forth. Or it is about generic marketing, which obviously you can apply to your THWGlobal. And you might be saying, but isn't that what we do on Thursday nights? Well, here's what I want to do on Thursday nights for at least the next few weeks, because we're about to launch the mobile marketing platform that we're going to be leveraging to promote THWGlobal. And that is a very robust platform. And so what I want to do on Thursday nights for the next few weeks is I want to turn our attention to the mobile platform, so you can start to understand the mobile platform, how that's going to work to help you build your THW business, so that the focal point on the Thursday nights is mobile marketing. And the focal point on Tuesday night is more of either we're dealing specifically with THWGlobal. Maybe there was some post that we got, or a frequently asked questions, because we have a lot of questions that come in that we just aren't able to answer on all of our live webinars. So we might have one webinar where it's just frequently asked questions, and giving our perspective on that, and or marketing training from a 30,000-foot overview. All right. So that in those things that we talk about, obviously you can apply to your THW business or anything else. We wouldn't necessarily be talking about mobile marketing, because that's what we would look to do on Thursday nights, at least until the mobile marketing platform is ready. I want to get you prepared for that, so you understand how to best leverage that. And let me tell you where this comes from, okay? I had a couple of folks that reached out to me, and both of them were well over 70 personal referrals, but they weren't getting the type of duplication that they wanted to get in their organization. And so, just quick emails, and I'm not able to address a lot of emails these days because we're focused on launching the mobile marketing system as well as the funnel blueprint. But these I was able to just address very, very quickly. And in doing so, I asked them, well, shoot, if you've got, let's say one person had over 100 personal referrals. Well, you've got over 100 personal referrals. What are you doing? I'm assuming you have a list. And they said, well, no, I don't really have a list. They've been making some posts on a particular site a couple times a week, and that has gotten them a lot of people that have personally enrolled with them. But they haven't been able to get any type of duplication. So it's basically a one-man, one-woman show with a lot of personal referrals, but not a lot of their folks have done a lot of referring themselves. And they don't have a list or what have you. That's just sheer determination to get out there and start to build. And then I had someone else, similar situation. The numbers were a little bit different, but they, have personally enrolled quite a few folks themselves. And in the discussion, they don't have a list either. And so I'm seeing so many people, for some, that are doing very well in terms of personal enrollment. And then obviously the majority of folks, don't have a lot of people that they've personally enrolled. That's just the nature of the beast. Well, I believe that a big reason is because a lot of folks just don't understand, just haven't been taught the mechanics, the basics, the bare basics. I'm not talking about any type of high-level mastermind stuff. I'm just talking about what does it take to build an internet-based or mobile-based enterprise. What are my basics? All right. Don't talk high-level mastermind to me just yet. Just give me what do I need to have in place so that I'm building a solid business that's going to be long-term and it's going to be sustainable. So let me tell you what I want to do, okay? What I want to do is I want to turn Tuesday nights for the time being. This may only be for a few weeks, because I certainly believe there's value in a live webinar, even when we have all the automated tools. And I just believe that once we're out of soft launch and we've got at least one or more countries on board, that there's just going to be such a buzz that, again, we'll probably want to go back to at least one live webinar weekly, even though we have all the other automated ones, okay? But at least until that time, I'm thinking Tuesday night, maybe we do 10, 15 minutes for any newbies that either have joined and don't really know if they've joined, or have not joined you yet. And then maybe we direct them to a link where they can get the full picture, the full way that we would do our presentations. But then the majority of that Tuesday night is what I like to refer to as finger paint training, right? The basics of the basics of the basics, so that you understand what you need to have to build a long-term sustainable business and why it's so important. So it would be things like, your list, why your list is so important. What is the metrics when we're talking about what you should be looking to earn based on the number of people that you have in your list? What is an autoresponder? Maybe even going through, for instance, and going through a test autoresponder account, so you start to understand how to use an autoresponder. And again, things that are, some of you know, but the majority of folks don't. Okay, why is it important for you to go and get you a domain name and not just promote your abc.thwglobal link or what have you? Why having that domain name is important. Why, obviously lead capture pages, all that kind of stuff. Okay, and so this is what we're going to do tonight, because I don't want to make this change without your input. So tonight, when we come onto the webinar, I'm going to do a poll to get the webinar started. I'll be prepared either way. If the majority of folks say, hey, we want the training and we want to start the training now, then we'll do 10, 15 minutes presentation, keep it really short and sweet, and then we'll spend the rest of our time doing some finger paint training. If you say, well, I like the finger paint training concept, but I've got some new folks on the webinar, I want them to get the full presentation, we'll do that. Whatever the majority says. If the majority says, no, we want Tuesday night to stay just like it is, we love Tuesday night, we love driving people to Tuesday night, so we'll have a poll, we'll have like 3 different options, and then we'll let you be the voice as to what we'll do as it relates to Tuesday nights. Again, this isn't forever and ever, amen. This may be just until we're out of soft launch. Then we'll come back and we'll reevaluate and we'll see. All right. So with that being said, and my whole purpose in doing that is we've got hundreds of people that come to our webinars every single week. And obviously we've got loads of new people that are coming to the webinars, but then we've got returners that are coming. And you've already registered. Many of you already understand the compensation plan. If you're going to come and you're going to spend some time with us, an hour or so, and some of you spending much more of a sacrifice because you're coming at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, your time, because of the time differential, then I just want to make sure that you are getting maximum value. Okay? So come to the webinar tonight. We'll do the poll. I'll be ready to do a presentation if we do a full presentation. I'll be ready to do a 10, 15-minute presentation with some finger paint training. I'll be ready to do all finger paint training. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to bring value to you. All right? With that being said, oh, by the way, so if you're seeing this on YouTube or something like that, go to THWGlobalWebinar.com. Make sure you are part of our webinar list. We also send out multiple correspondence throughout the week, normally Monday through Friday, typically, where there'll be some training and some recorded training and things of that nature. So if you're part of that list, you'll get that. And let me go on and give you the URL for the 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week recorded presentation. We did this a couple weeks ago, and I think it's the best one that we've done so far. THWGlobalWebinar.info. Now, if you send someone to THWGlobalWebinar.info, then that is a presentation. That is a presentation that they'll be able to see right away. Okay, THWGlobalWebinar.info. That's a presentation they'll be able to see right away. Okay, with that being said, we love each and every one of you. We look forward to seeing you on our Tuesday night webinar, and for you putting your vote in and letting us know how you would like to proceed for Tuesday nights for the foreseeable future. And then we can always come back and modify that once we're out of soft launch. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.